Hi, it's Dean Brown, designer of Spruance Leader. Going to do a playthrough of my Spruance Leader Amphibious Assault expansion. Basically, it's going to be an expansion where you land Marines against a Soviet-defended area, take over the beach, and then survive against Soviet defenses. This campaign is stripped down, very basic version where we're just going to focus on the amphibious assault. So basically we need to take our troops off the ships, get them into the Soviet defended area, including defeating the close area defenses if we're landing with ships, and then moving into the enemy area defense where there's a bunch of units defending that location and destroying them, and then we have Soviet reinforcements that are going to be coming into the enemy area defense area location, and then we have to defeat those as well. So Operation Baltic Breakthrough, I think I said in the overview video, there's different aspects of amphibious assault that can be modeled in this expansion, including control of the seas, preparation of battle space, the actual assault, and then getting objectives, capturing objectives. This is just an assault campaign. There are 3 locations that can be assaulted: Narvik, Alta, and Lexelv. There's different VPs associated with them. The harder sites like Narvik, which is going to be more strategically relevant to the campaign. In this case, that's why it's 40 VPs. But the Soviet defenses are more. There's 6 close air defense units here. There's 8 enemy area defense units here. And then there's 6 enemy support area units that are going to be coming up through as reinforcements. So we have to defeat all of those Soviet units in order to get our 40 VPs or 30 VPs or 20 VPs. So I'm doing Narvik, so that's to get my 40 VPs. I do get 75 SO points that I can use for amphibious ships, various ships, and ground units. And I do have to purchase those ground units. So let's talk about what I got. Okay, I did get 3 amphibious assault ships. Got the Saipan, which is a Tarawa class. Got the Boulder, which is a landing ship tanks. This one actually lands. The Tarawa launches troops out of using landing ships, or you can land troops using helicopters. The LST actually lands on the shore, so we'll show that. And then the Whidbey Island amphibious ship. So this does have a couple of helicopters I can choose, and I chose 2 Cobras for close air support, and I have a bunch of landing ships, LCACs, that come with that. So I do have troops associated with that: 2 rifle troops, 2 LAVs, 2 rifles, and 4 tanks, and then a Tarawa, 4 rifles, 2 tanks, 2 engineers, 2 LAVs, which are recon units, and 2 howitzers. So we want to get all of these units to shore and take out the Soviet units, the Soviet defenders. For my landing force commander, I chose Hammerhead Mercer, who has an offensive focus. So it has all these general actions that all the commanders do. So NG, Naval Ground Fire Support, +2 modifier, boost morale for doing the morale check, landing zone defense +1. So units in the landing zone, 2 of those units can have a defense +1 if I use an action, and then reroll 1 attack roll. Specialized actions is aggressive tank platoons, so I could use an action to give +2 modifier to 2 units. And initiative, you can add 5 weight points to the initiative check. So I get 2 actions, 0 to 4 stress. So I can't perform more than 2 actions, and if I do that, I add stress to my commander. So if I want to do 3 actions per turn, then I can add a stress and take a 3rd action. Or if I want to do 4 actions, then I would add 2 stress. So it's only 1 level of the commanders, and the only way that they get stress is by doing extra actions. So I can get 0 to 4 stress, be okay. So I want to try to keep him in the okay range for that. Okay, Soviet commander is Voronin, Rock of the North. His specialty is close air support. So that is, the close area defense area is here. This is where the first line of defense for the Soviet units. So when the U.S. forces destroy a close area defense unit, roll a d10 on an A+, you replace it. So, and then a CAD defense equals 2. Normally it's 1. So it's going to be a little harder to kill them. And then the defense cards, 2 through 4, 7 through 11. So I do have my Soviet defense deck here, which includes those cards, and that can include a bunch of different things, including Soviet air attacks as well as other events. So per the overview video, there's assault landing wave. You can have multiple assault landing waves where you have your troops land in multiple waves. Those are mostly for the bigger campaigns. This one's small, so I'm probably only going to land troops once, but I could go through multiple waves, multiple iterations of this, because there's still going to be some battles in the enemy air defense, so which is basically done on these red things here. One of the other things, due to the limited VPs, get 75. I did only get 3 amphibious ships and ground forces, so I don't have any naval gun fire support, so none of these units can do that. So I won't be doing the naval gun fire support planning and performing. One of the campaigns I did have the Iowa battleship, which is obviously a very good, impressive, very good naval gun fire support platform, and it can do 3 attacks per turn. But because of the limited VPs and the focus on the tactical assault, or on the amphibious assault, no NGFS. I do have, I can do close area support. The Tarawa does have Cobras and a Harrier. The Woodbey has a couple of Cobra helicopter squadrons, so I can do close area support attacks, and I will. So we'll talk about that when we get there. Okay, we're going to start on assault wave turn 1, which is the launch phase. So this is where we launch our ships out of our landing ships out of our amphibious ships. So I did plan out my assault wave. So I do have LSU 1610 carrying an rifle and engineering unit, an LCAC carrying howitzers and engineers, LCU carrying rifles, Then the LST, my landing ship tank here, LCAC with LAVs, LSU with rifles, and LCAC with LAV and M30 tank. And then I have 2 helicopters loaded here. So they're going to, on turn 4, carry out a rifle and howitzer, and then a rifle or tank and LAV unit. And and my rifle unit here. So I'm going to do some helicopter launches on turn 4 for that. So I'm going to have 4 launches from ships for the Tarawa, and I also want to do 2 do close air support missions with my Harriers. So that's going to be a total of 6 launches. So I get 3 free and then plus 1 stress for each one above that. So the my Tarawa class ship's going to start off with 3 stress. The LST's landing, so that's like I said here. And then the Whitby has 3 launches, so it's within its 3, so no stress added for that. However, I probably do want to do a couple of Cobra attacks. So I guess I am going to add some stress for that. So that's 5 total launches, 3's free, and so I have to add 2 stress for that. So that's going to be my launch plan, and we'll start that on the next turn. Okay, we're going to go through our launch turn here. So helicopter lifts, so I'm not going to do lifts because I've only had a certain number of lifts. So I'm going to do the rest of my troops on 4 and try to land them into the landing zone. Plan in naval gunfire support. I don't have any ships that can do that, so skip that. Plan air attack. So here I am going to plan my Harriers. I'm going to bring my 2 Harriers from the Saipan and 2 Cobras from the Whidbey Island. So the Harriers do attack fast and the Cobras do attack slow. So let's zoom in on the close area defense area. Alright, so I do have AA gun here, which obviously is going to be attacking, anti-air is going to be attacking my aircraft, machine gun nest, sticks, anti-ship, defense here, anti-tank, another ship defense, and a tank here. So probably the biggest threats are going to be the 2 defenses. The biggest threats on the initial landing are going to be the 2 sticks here, which can attack my landing ships as they're coming in here. So I do want to take out the AA gun. So I am going to have a Harrier unit attack here, and I am going to have a Harrier unit attack there, and then have my Cobra attack this other sticks missile, anti-ship missile area. Let's see, what do I want to put this one? Actually, let's have both of these attack the sticks. So that is the planned close air support missions. I then draw a Soviet Defense Guard. And Red Storm Intercept. MiG-23 Squadron flies cap over enemy air defense and fast attacks a U.S. aircraft. So enemy air defense is over here, which I'm not going to have any aircraft for, so I don't need to worry about this attack. So I'm going to put it back into the bottom of the deck. Alright, let's perform our air attacks. Alright, so this is the Harrier, similar to other Spruance leader aircraft. This is against aircraft, the top line, the bottom line is against ground targets. So it has a 6/8 times 2, so I get to roll 2 dice and hits on a 6 or 8. The one problem being that the defense due to Voronin, Soviet commander, is the defense is 2, so I have to subtract 2 from those die rolls. So I'm try to take out the AA gun first. No, 1 and a 2. So that's both misses. So he returns to the ship. And then I'm going to do a fast attack here with my Harrier. And against the sticks. And I roll an 8 and a 4. So the 4 is a miss, but the 8 minus 2 is a 6. So I do hit. So the first hit, unless I roll a natural 10, is a suppress, and then the second hit is a kill. So, but I do suppress that. Alright, now the AA gun here is, so that those are my 2 fast actions. So now the close air defenses are going to attack. So it's going to roll an attack against both my Harrier and my Cobra. So Harrier first, 4, that's a miss. And a 7. And my Cobra does have, well, no gun, oh, gun defense of 0. So that is actually a hit. So I'm going to flip my Cobra to its reduced side. And now my Cobras are going to perform their attack. So I'm going to try to attack this again. 6 times 2. Both misses. Oof. And then I'm going to attack the sticks here. 4 times 2. 5 minus 2 is a 3. So those both miss. Alright, so they're going to return to my Saipan. Alright, well that didn't help a whole lot. Alright, so that was the Soviet, so the Soviet defense attack is next, which we talked about is in the close area defense. So that doesn't apply. A little bit. Alright. Now perform combat in enemy area defense, which is none because there's only Soviets. Do a morale check. So I am going to roll here. He rolled a 1, so he is still suppressed. Reinforcements. So I'm going to roll for my reinforcement tracks. The units over here. So first roll is a 4, no movement. 9, he does move up to 1. No movement. No movement. No movement. No movement. Okay. Alright. And then the last step is Special Forces attack, which I don't have Special Forces over here, so that's skipped. Alright, let's move on to turn 1 of our assault landing wave. So this is only close area defense. Let's zoom in here to our close area defense steps. And so we have an artillery gun attack, so that's assuming we have units in the LZ, which we don't have. Mine resolution, no mines. So we move our landing ships or we disembark. So we are going to do that. Then a CAD attack. And then the LZ, if we have units in the landing zone, they would attack. So let's zoom back out again. Alright, we're going to take our first landing wave and put it in zone 4. So we do have these units here. Now one of them is the LCAC, so it actually moves 2 spaces. So that was our moving turn. Then we have the cat attack. So over here, machine gun, air-to-air gun, nope. Machine gun, nope. So we do have the sticks, which does attack in ships in the zone, which is in this case our LCAC. Hits on a 6 plus, but it's suppressed, so we subtract 2 from the roll. So we rolled a 6, minus 2 is a 4 is a miss. AT gun, nope, no attack. Sticks, this one does attack. Again, we're attacking ships in our zone here. 4, that's a miss. T-72 is only attacks ships or units in the LZ, which is a miss. Okay, finally we get to US attacks. So I do have an attack on, my LCAC does have an attack here, so I can attack infantry units, which would be the machine gun. So on a, hits on a 7, minus 2 for the defense, so yeah, that's a miss. LCAC hits on the 8, so I'm going to attack the sticks. Has a minus 1 defense because it's suppressed. So it's a 9 or 10. Nope. This one going to attack the sticks here. Oh, that's a 10. So on a natural roll of 10, that unit is destroyed. So we took that one out, and we can't attack armor with our LCU here. Alright, so that ends turn 1. Right now we go to turn 2. Well, let's look at the chart here. Artillery gun attack, nope, nothing here. No mine resolution, okay, yeah, now we move our units. LCU moves 1, LCAC moves 2, LCU moves 1, LCU moves 1. And now we bring in our second wave here. Alright, so now we have all of our landing force and our ships here. So we moved. Now we do our close air attacks. So the sticks is going to attack my LCAC, closest one. Hits on a 6, minus 2. 8, minus 2. Missile defense of 0. So that one does take a hit. So that's down to, well, one pip there. AT gun, no hit. T-72, no attack. Alright. And then we have no units in the landing zone here, so I have to take 2 hits before my units get destroyed that are on the ship. So luckily that has only taken 1 hit. Alright, let's go to turn 3. Again, artillery gun attack, no units in the LZ without close air defenses. Mine resolution, moving ships. So we're going to move here into the LZ. Move here. This one's going to move 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. Okay. Now we're going to do our cat attack. So he's on the landing zone, so good question. I guess he is going to attack. 10. So that's destroyed. So that takes out my engineer and howitzer unit. So they're gone. No AT gun attack, no T-72 attack. Alright, now That's our LZ units. So we're going to do our ship attacks. So he's going to attack the machine gun. 7. Nope. LCAC's going to attack the machine gun on an 8. Nope. 7. So that's a 9. -1 defense is an 8. So that is a hit. And he's already suppressed, so we'll take him out. Going to, that's armor. AT, no, the AT gun's infantry. So we rolled a 10, natural 10, so he's destroyed. Neither one of these can attack armor, so we're going to stop there. Alright, so we did lose one of our ships this turn. Alright, we're going to go to turn 4. So this is one of our red turns, so we do go through the complete action step here. So we are going to do our helicopter lift. So we're going to launch from the Tarawa. 3 of our, let's just do 2 for now. 2 helicopter launches, and we want to do, let's see, where are our Cobras? Here we go. We want to plan for our air attacks. Alright, so that was 2 launches there. We're going to do a Harrier attack against him. And let's just do 3 there, because we already have 3 stress. And let's do 2 Cobra attacks here. See if I can zoom in a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to do my 2 fast attacks. So I need a 6, 8, 2 dice, up to defensive 2, 10. So I did roll a natural 10. So that takes him out. So there aren't any other air attacks here, so I'm going to do my Cobra attack. 4 times 2, 2 defense. So those are both misses. Alright, let's take our ships, take our Cobras back, Harrier back. Alright. Oh, I did forget to draw a Soviet card. 2 backfire bombers attack ships in the sea. Task force ships in LSA can defend the ships. So I don't have any sea echelon area ships here. Usually these are the escorting ships. So if we're doing a campaign with the Amphibious Assault area, we would have a carrier likely here. But again, because this is a sea attack, nothing takes place. Reinforcements. Place Spetsnaz on enemy reinforcement track position 1. Okay, so we definitely want to do that. So I need to track down the Spetsnaz unit. And let me do that and add it to the reinforcement track over there. Okay, so I did add my Soviet Spetsnaz unit. Okay, now we do our close air defense. So artillery gun attack, nope. Mine resolution, nope. Move our landing ships. So we are going to move our landing ships. LCAC's move 2, so he's in the LZ. He's going to move 1. He's going to move 1. LCAC's going to move 2. LCU moves 1. LST moves 1. Okay. Cat attack. So the machine gun does just attacks infantry. which we don't, these haven't disembarked in the LZ yet, so there's no attack. The tanks attack infantry or armor, but we don't have anything landed. Oh, yeah, these are still in the LCAC, so no attacks. Perform combat and E, nope. Morale check, nobody suppressed. Reinforcement roll, so let's roll for Spetsnaz, no. T-72 does make it. Sticks, nope. Nope, no T-72. Motor rifle, T-72, nope. Motor rifle, he does move up. Okay. Oh, let's do our landing check here. So there's an air defense of 3. He has a air defense value of 1. So if it's a 1 or a 0 or 1 or less, then that unit's destroyed. Roll 9, he's fine. A 3 minus 3 is 0, so he is destroyed. So I did only land my rifle company. I lost rifle company and howitzer due to the air defense units. So more units lost. Then I roll reinforcement roll for here. 5, nope. Alright, one thing I have to remember is I do have actions here. Doesn't look like, oops, yeah, sorry, this one. Doesn't look like well, I really needed to use any actions there yet. Okay, turn 5. Close air defense, so artillery attack. I don't have any disembarked units yet. Mine resolution, move landing ship, or disembark units, so I am going to disembark these 2. And I am going to disembark these 2. So this LCAC needs to head back. This LCAC needs to head back. This LSU is going to land. This LCU is going to land. This LCU is going to land. LST, LSU. Okay. So, machine gun here. Okay, yeah, so I'm moving on to cat attack. Machine gun unit, no infantry, so it's not going to attack. T-72, I don't have any landed units here. Now, US LZ unit actions. So now I am going to attack this machine gun nest. Oh, you know what? I have not been rolling for my replacements. Oh boy. Alright. Well, this is a little too late for that. So LAV is going to attack infantry, defense 2, 7. Nope. My tank's going to attack infantry 6 plus 2 defense, 7, that's a miss. I am going to attack here, adjacent, so I do get a -1 modifier, so I need a 10. Nope. Nope. Alright. Alright, let me roll for 2, 6, rolling for replacements, 9, that one does have a replacement. Let me stick replacement unit here. Howitzer gun. And a 1. Okay. So, alright. I forgot to roll for replacement, so I did roll a howitzer gun, so let me roll on that. A 1, so no, that was a miss. Alright. Did I move this forward? I guess not. Let's move this forward. So he's going to disembark 2 units. Alcac's going to start heading back. He's going to disembark his unit. Alcac's going to start heading back 2 spaces. LST's going to land. LCU's going to head back. Alright. So he just landed, so he's going to disembark next turn. Alright, let's see. Okay. So machine gun is going to attack the rifle. Well, let's see. Yeah, rifle. Well, let's have him attack the engineer. So we could choose in the close area defense who to attack. So we're going to have an attack at the engineer. 9. So he's suppressed. Howitzer gun. He's going to attack. 3. Nope. Tanks. I do have a rifle company here. So 5. He rolls a 7. No tank defense, so he's suppressed. Alright, now let's do our US attacks. So rifle company, so 5 to hit. -2 defense, that's a miss. LIV 10. Oh, look at that. So that one does hit. So he's destroyed. Let's see if he's replaced. Oh, he is replaced. With an AA gun. So we're going to attack here. That's infantry, so 6. That's a miss. I'm going to try to attack here. The infantry gun. 9. -2 is 7, so he is hit. So he's suppressed. Let's see, we got a rifle. So I'm going to have my rifle attempt here at -1. So what's that, armor? So 6 -2. Nope. Try our LIVs. They have to roll 10, I think. 8. Nope. Nope. And then our rifle 6 -2 attack. Oh, he missed. Alright. Next, close area defense. These things are moving this way. He lands. My LST lands, or unloads his troops. LCU's heading this way. Forget, did I move this one? He's gone. Alright. So my LST lands its troops, which is 4 tanks and 2 rifles. I think this is leaving. He's leaving too. Alright. Now we do our, let's see, disembarked. Now we do a close air attack. Nope, nothing there. Howitzer is going to attack. That's a miss. T-72. I have 4 tanks here. So 6, 8. So I have 1 suppression here. Alright, now our LZ units attack. So rifle going to attack here. 5. Okay, 10. Oops. Yeah, okay, so he's destroyed. Let me roll. Of course he's replaced. AT gun. Okay, LAV. Nope. Have our tank attack. Nope. And our engineer is not going to attack. I think he just landed. So let's have our rifle attack the howitzer gun. 5. So it's normally 2 defense, but he's already suppressed, so he's destroyed. Let me roll for replacement. Nope. Thank God. LAVs. Nope. Nope. Alright. Tank. 6. Yeah, nope, miss. With defense of 2. Have my 2 rifles. 6. Nope. 7. Nope. Again, there's defense of 2 here. So I'm going to have my 3 tanks fire. 1, 2. Jeez, come on. 3. And my suppressed tank. Nope. 4. That is so sad. Alright. Okay, now we're back into turn 8. So I do have units here. Right, this T-72 is holding up all of my units. Okay, well, let's plan our close air defense attacks. So 1, 2, do a Cobra. Let's use our full strength Cobra here, and then let's use our 2 Cobras from the would-be here. Okay. Draw a card. U.S. strike aircraft roll at -1. Wonderful. Okay, let's see if we can take out these guys. I'm having a hard time getting them destroyed because of the defense 2. So let's roll 6, 8 times 2, 9. 8, 7. Okay, so he's suppressed. Let's attack the Harriers. 8. 2 is 6. So that is at least a suppress. Alright, let's have our 2 Cobras attack. 7, 6. Okay, yeah, so he's hit, destroyed. For replacement, of course there's a replacement. Running out of replacements. Machine gun. Alright. Alright, 2 Cobra attacks here. 9, 6. Okay, he's destroyed. Which one do I want to roll? 10. Alright, last one. Let's do my second Cobra attack. 8, 5. So I did get one hit there. Alright. Well. Doing good destroying them. I'm just not doing good at getting them replaced because the Rock of the North. Okay. No Soviet defense attacks. Close area defense. So the machine gun is going to attack the rifle unit 4. That's a miss. How about that? And howitzer gun's going to attack a tank. Suppressed 1. That's a miss. Alright. I did forget step 1, which is... Okay, he's unloaded. He's unloaded. He's heading back. I need to make sure I follow this. He's headed back. He's headed back. He's unloaded. So I do have 2 units in the LZ that don't have any close air defense. Could have moved them into here, but I don't want to do that piecemeal because they're gonna Soviets are gonna have the initiative. So let's roll 5. So there's a indirect artillery attack here, indirect artillery attack here. So both hit on 8s. I rolled 5, so no hits there. All right, did my close air attacks. So now let's do our unit attacks. So let's roll 6, 9. Okay, that's suppressed. Have the rifle roll 2. LAV 7. Nope. Engineers will attack. Do have a rifle unit. Let's try to take him out. 5. Rolled a 6, but that's -2, so that's a miss. Alright. This should be destroyed. Rifle company, let's see, 5. Nope. LAV. Nope, I need a 10. I click on those. Alright, I got 3 tanks. Let's roll all together. 6, 9, 9. 9, so 2 hits. Alright, so he's destroyed. So I need a roll for 1. So no replacement. Okay. Form combat, nope. Morale check. So I am going to, let's see. I am going to do a boost morale for 2, 3. I have 3 units that are so I'm going to use my 2 actions to boost my morale so I get a +2 on my die roll. 10, so he's unsuppressed. M30, 5, 6, 7, he's unsuppressed. And my rifle company, nope, he's suppressed. Alright. Roll for suppressed there. He gets a morale of, nope, no morale bonus 3, so he's still suppressed. Reinforcement phase. Nope, he's still stuck in the landing zone. 8. So our Spetsnaz is in now. Nope. Yep, he advances. Nope. Yep. Nope. 3. Okay. All right. All right, let's go to 9. So our ships are still moving away. LST's moving back. All right. So I got 3 areas with get indirect artillery fire. Someone's hit here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. So he's suppressed. Alright, he's going to attack the rifle. Nope. Alright, LZ, so we're going to attack the machine gun. 7, a rifle. Alright, yeah, so he's finally going. Ran out of CAD units. Okay, not replaced. Okay, so everybody here is destroyed. So next turn we're going to slide in to the enemy area defense. Let's just do that now. On 10, well, everybody who's not suppressed. So let's group these together. LAV, machine gun, rifle, LAV, rifle, LAV. Might have brought too many LAVs here. Tank, tank, tank. 2 more rifles. These 2 are staying here. I'm going to move my engineer into. Okay. So 11, nothing happens. 12, now we're in the full assault mode. Alright. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to have some fun over here. Let me slide my camera over and then we'll pick it up again. Alright. So we're on turn 12. Which is a full action turn. So helicopter lift, no. Plan NGFS, no. Plan air attack. I can try to do air attacks, but there are 2 SAM units here that can do missile attacks. So I do have Harriers, they do have a missile defense of 2, which will help. My Cobras have a missile defense of 0, so I don't think I want to bring them in. So yeah, let's plan 1 strike on each of the SAMs, the SA-11 and SA-6. Draw Soviet defense card. No US attack rerolls this turn, which I haven't been doing anyway. Probably a lost opportunity. Alright, perform our air attacks. So 6, 8 times 2. We are attacking with missiles. They have a missile defense of 2. So let's attack the first one. Ooh, misses. Second one are misses. Alright. I can't do a reroll. So those are misses. Alright. No Soviet defense attack. No CAD. Now we're going, here we are. Now we're in enemy area defense combat. So here we go. So let's look at the steps for enemy area defense. Form combat in EAD area. Alright, so determine initiative. So initiative is based on which side has the most unit weights. So that's the black rectangles here. Black rectangles here. So this is pretty much the reason why you don't want to piecemeal your troops in, because you're probably going to lose initiative, and that's bad. So you add up the weight of all unsuppressed units. 10, 20, 25, 4, 6, 8, 35, 36, 37. 10, 20, 24, 28. Okay, so the good news is I have the initiative, which means I get to attack first, which is always a good thing. So let us start off with, so remember there are some limitations. I can't, so my tanks, M30 A3s, my AAVs, which I don't have any here, my rifles, and my infantry can only attack the T-72s, the motor rifles, any AT teams which aren't, and the Spetsnaz. So I can attack that. But I can't attack the howitzers, the SAMs, or the rifles. Not with these 2 units. I do have recon here. My howitzer, I didn't bring any howitzers. That's not good. I guess I didn't have the SO points for them. Okay. So my tanks, I do get, if I use some actions, I do get a +2 tank attack on 2 of my tanks, which is good. However, I do still have 2 units that are suppressed, so I could maybe do 3 actions and take a stress on him, since I haven't been really stressing him out too much. So yeah, let's do that. So I am going to have 2 of my +2 units attack. Oh no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do recons. So my LAVs can do recon, which means I get a +2 attack on any unit that are recon, and I am going to do that. So instead of attacking, we're going to do a recon on that one. There's a recon on that one. These were all safe. Would like, oh, a Spetsnaz. I'd like to take that one out. So let me do a recon on that one. And I probably want to... Alright. So let's go through my attacks. Let's see if we can take out the Spruance first. So that is infantry. Has an armor defense of 1. Attack with a 6. Plus 2. So let me give the top 2. Let me use one of my actions and get a plus 2 here for my first 2 tank units. Alright. So let's have him attack the Spruance. So it's a 6 plus 2 plus 2. So I see what I do. I get a 1. Of course. 2, 3, 4, 5. Miss. Alright, the next one 5, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so he's suppressed. 5 plus 2 plus 2 is 9 minus 1 for defense. So that was 8. Yeah, so that's still a hit. Alright, so that's these two. I'm going to try to hit him again while he's reconned. So I get plus 2, and there's no minus 1 defense, so don't have to worry about that. 3, 4, 5, miss of course. 6, okay, that's a hit. Alright, so that's a very dangerous unit. So let's got him out at the cost of 4 freaking attacks. Wow. Alright. So that's my armor attacks. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's attack armor here. So 6 plus 2 minus 2. So I need a 6 or higher. 4. Try the next one. 8. Okay, suppressed. That's 2. Let's try this one. 7. Okay, yeah, so that's a suppress. Alright, I got 2 more. Let's go for the motor rifles. 3, miss. 8. Okay, so one of these is suppressed. And that is it. I could... Not sure why I brought the engineer. Probably should have brought a howitzer. Bad move on my part. I guess there could have been obstacles put in, but there weren't any. But I can do an entrench. So let's put one of our LAVs entrenched. Let's not do that. Let's do one of our infantries. Gives him a defense plus 1, but he has to go slow. Alright. So that was the US attack. Now we'd have to do the Soviets. So let's look at here, motor rifle, LAV is first. So this tells you what order this unit's going to attack. So LAVs, HQs, etc., etc. I guess I don't have tac jams in here anymore, but so LAV is armor. So 6. Got a 1 defense here and a -2, so -3 on the roll. So 4, that's a miss. T-72 rifle company. They're going to go after any suppressed units, which none of them are. So 5 minus 2 is a miss. I guess I could take these recon markers off. Alright, last second T-72 engineer is the first one. 3, that's definitely a miss. Alright. Oh, let's do our attacks on my Harriers. Let's see, it's on a 6, I have a missile defense of 2, 7, 6, 5, so that one missed. This one is missed. Okay, so my Harriers can go. Alright, motor rifle, heavy, don't have heavy, howitzer, nope, LAV. So this is an LAV attack. 6, minus 2, so that's a miss. Second one is tank. So he's going to attack a tank. So that's a miss. Third one is rifle. 6 minus 1 is 5, so that's a miss. Okay. Here's the dangerous one. It's a gun attack. Zone 1, 2. I guess these are all, no, these are all gone. Just haven't been moving them. Howitzer, nope. Attack jam HQ, heavy, nope. Engineer. So he's going to attack my engineer. 6, 9, so he's suppressed. Alright, that's it for the Soviet attacks. I guess that wasn't too bad. Alright, morale check. So I am going to, how many? I got 3 suppressed. I think I only used 1 action so far. So I am going to use 2 more actions, and I am going to put a stress on my commander. So each of these are going to get a morale plus 2. So I'm going to get these in 5, 6, 7. Yep. Okay. Rifle company 10. Yep, he's suppressed. So these 2 are moving in next turn. Engineer 9. Yep, he's unsuppressed. Okay. Okay. Did I draw? I did draw Soviet defense card for that turn. No rerolls. Alright, Soviet units 8. He's unsuppressed. Nope, he's suppressed. 9. He's unsuppressed. Okay, that was a morale check. Reinforcement rolls. I'm hoping to get this guy in. 10. Okay, yeah, so he's in the holding area. Let's see, this thing 4. Nope. 8. He moves forward. 4. Nope. He moves forward. 3. Nope. Okay. Alright. So I did manage to take out 1 unit. Maybe it was 2. I guess it was 2, wasn't it? I got rid of one of the sticks. Okay. So now we're on turn 12, which is the end of the assault wave. So we're going to go back to turn 1, 0, which again is a full action turn. We're not doing launches. Actually, let's go to turn 4 because we are doing, there's no launches. So let's go to turn 4. So we're just basically going to be cycling through our full turns here. Plan air attacks. I'm just not going to do any. I haven't had any luck with that. Draw a Soviet defense card. +1 Soviet air attack roll. Well, that's not going to be any of those. CAD. So let's move these units in. Alright. Combat EAD, I think I'm plenty of 30, 4, 6, 8, 40, 143, 44. Yeah. Compared to 15. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so US easily has initiative. Go through attacks again. I'm going to do recons. Let's try to take out those damn tanks. And the howitzer. Let's try for the howitzer this time. I do want to get this one killed. Alright. Alright, let's use our tanks. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks here. So let's go after this one. It's another tank, so 5. That's a defensive 1, but I get a +2, so +1. 5 +1 is 6. Okay, he's suppressed. That was the first attack. Second attack, same thing. 3, 4, 5. Defense -1. Defense 1, so that cancels. Yeah, so that's, damn, barely got him, but I got him. So he's gone. That was my second tank attack. Let's go after this one. +2, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so 9, he's suppressed. Fourth, 10, he's destroyed. I get one more tank attack. Let's go after the howitzer. It's 6, 10. Oh wow, shit. Natural 10, destroyed. Alright, those are my tank attacks. My LAVs moved. Let's do my fast rifle attacks. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, let's go after him. 5, 10. Oh, okay, well, he's suppressed anyway. Go after second, after another motor. Nope. Try again. Third one, 10. Nope, that takes one away. Fourth. Nope. Fifth. Nope. He still gets a turn slow. Alright. So he's going to move in on the next turn, the reinforcement. Actually, I guess he could move in. There's a reinforcement last turn, yeah, so he's going to move in the flank area. So units in the flank area can attack any unit. So we are going to go after a SAM. It's armor. So 6 -2. I need to recon those guys next turn. 6, nope. Okay, he missed. Alright. This one's attacking a tank first. 4, nope. This one's attacking a rifle. 2, nope. These 2 attack aircraft. So that's that. Alright. Morale check. Jeez, nobody's suppressed. I guess I got all the kills. Reinforcement phase. Alright, might be adding some units here. Nope. 6. Nope. 3. Nope. 6. Nope. 5. Alright. Let's go to the next red turn. I need to get these things killed. But I can't kill them as long as with my rifles or tanks. Only with that. Alright, so I obviously have initiative. Oh. My last rifle attack. Yeah, let's go with a motor. 2. Okay, well that missed anyway. Alright. Draw a Soviet defense card. All Soviet CAD units fire twice this turn. Okay, don't have to worry about that. Alright, back to enemy air defense. Still have initiative. I'm going to do recons on the last 2 motor units, and I'm going to do this one. I need to take out one of those SAM sites, but I need to kill these first. So let's start with my rifle attacks. 4, 5 against their rifle. So attack 1, 5, 6, 7, 6. That is a hit. Okay. Attack 2, same thing. 3, 4, 5. No defense. Defense -1. No, okay, so that is a kill. Let's go third attack here. 4 plus 2 minus 1 is 5, so that's a hit. Fourth attack, 10. Oh, okay, he's gone. Alright. So the good news is there aren't any armor T-72s, motor vehicles, AT teams, or Spetsnaz, so now I can attack here with my 5th attack. So it's an armor attack, 6 plus 2 minus 2. That's a hit. Alright, now let's do our armor attacks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks. 10. Okay, yeah, he's gone. Let's go after this one. Second attack, 1. Nope. Third attack, 9. Yep. Fourth attack, 2. Nope. Fifth attack, 4. Alright. Oh, rifle here. 8. Okay, yeah, so that takes him out. Alright. Reinforcement rolls. 3 sticks, nope. 7, he advances. 10, he advances. Nope. Alright, I guess we're just going to keep going through our action steps. Wait for reinforcements. 10, 6, 5, 3. I might have to increase this to something like a 6+. Alright. Well, I'm going to recon the hell out of these guys. So recon. These are both infantry. I guess it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 infantry attacks a hit on a 5. They each have a, so I get a plus 2 minus 1. So +1. So 4 or higher. 8. Suppressed. 7 destroyed. 3 missed. 10 destroyed. Alright, I think I got the rest of this, so yeah, the others are just going to move in here and they're in the kill zone, so they're dead. Alright, so that's it. That's the game. Assault's complete. And I get my 40 victory points, which is great. Great evaluation. Alright, thanks. Bye.